It's a lot of info, man, and I did not choose to memorize it. 28!
Episode 28, welcome back. You'd think we've been gone for a week or two, but it's been 3 minutes.
Because that's what we do. We have to do these back-to-back.
That's right.
That's
we
why
film
our
a couple
shirts don't
back-to-back.
change.
Our shirts don't change.
The Haunted, dude, that's a great shirt.
Love it. What do we got going on here?
Extermination Dismemberment.
Yes, exterminate. Look, that is a lot going on in that shirt, but I love it because it's the perfect black and white, man. I love that shit.
Dude, this is such a great show. These guys are from Belarus, and they, oh my god. If you like brutal death metal, slam death metal, this is one of the frigging, these guys are tearing it up. Tearing it up.
Cool. And don't forget,
Did a great job.
most of you guys who listen to our show are not subscribed to our podcast. So, what I'm going to need you to do,
Unless you want to be,
exterminated, dismembered. Right?
that's right, or haunted.
Yeah, or haunted. So go hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It costs you nothing. It's absolutely free.
Yeah.
Smash that subscribe button, and that way you stay informed on all of our new releases.
Your thumb's already sore from scrolling anyway,
That's
so
right.
one little push is not going to...
And don't forget to watch the video all the way through because we've got a lot of cool information and
Tons of info.
We get to our last sip of the day, which is always fantastic.
Absolutely.
So, let's get right into it.
So we're doing a new music today.
Yeah, so last episode we talked about the beginnings and the dawn of deathcore. And so now we're going to listen to some shit from the new school, 20 years later, basically.
Yeah, it's not all deathcore, which we're going to do another deathcore round, which is my kind of jam. But today is just kind of in general, just new shit. So with that being said, my pairing, Seelbachs. So guy's name is Blake. Can't remember his last name. He started a blog called Bourbon R as a blog back in 2013, and his whole goal was there are a shit ton of distilleries that are local craft distilleries.
Okay.
Well, if you're in BFE somewhere and you can't get product outside of your locale, how's that going to happen? So Blake created this product or this company called Seelbachs that does just that. His focus is to highlight brands that just could benefit from a little bit broader distribution. So he created
strength.
Yeah, he created a website where you can order shit and have it delivered to your door. And I do that. Being in West Virginia, it's not always easy to get stuff. So Seelbachs also, because they are doing this craft work, they get to sample a ton of barrels and they get to blend. So they're what's called an NDP, a non-distilling producer. So not only are they selling products of other distilleries, but they're able to mix their own stuff. So this is an 8-year cask strength, like you said. It's 118.3 proof. It's a blend of a 74-21-4 and a 60-36-4 corn rye malted barley. This is the first time I've cheated because I didn't bother to memorize that shit this morning. So I just randomly decided to give these guys a go. I've ordered multiple products from them of distilleries that I already knew of. And then they came out with this 8-year, which was only $65. I'm like, fuck it. So I ordered it, and dude, if you like the idea of what bourbon should be, this is it.
Well, it smells fantastic.
Dude, it is. When I poured this, I was blown away for $65. And motherfucking UPS just dropped off my house.
That's awesome.
And what's nice about UPS here, and I'm going to throw them under the bus, you order something from these companies and it's adult signature required. Mm-hmm. I must look old as fuck, or my UPS driver is fed up and just leaves that shit at my door. Usually I'm tracking that shit like I'm fucking waiting like it's Christmas. And as soon as I come running downstairs and I get it, but there's been times where I've opened the door and it's just sitting there. I'm like, oh shit, well, all right.
He saw you through the window. He's like afraid you were going to yell at him to get off your lawn.
No, dude, I'm out there like singing his praises. He knows better. He knows I'm down with the clown.
Well, let's get right into this new music, man. I was excited when I heard about this collab. And we talked about this before. There's a lot of bands doing the collab work these days. It kind of started with the pandemic, and I think that's really cool that they do that shit. So this is Shadow of Intent with Corpse Grinder.
Dude.
Shit. That
so good.
Every time I hear about a collab with Corpse Grinder, I'm like, this is going to be fucking awesome because he's my favorite. Let's go. Fuck. Brutal, man.
So, I get to see Shadow of Intent in September.
That's amazing.
I am so fucking excited to see them.
Shit, dude.
Dude, Ben Dewar, his voice. So he's also does. He has a side project called Hollow Prophet, and it's just.
Wow. That just like exploded in my mouth.
Yeah, that's what she said.
With flavor. That was bizarre, dude. Very fruity.
Yeah. Dude, it is super.
Yeah, man. That's nice.
Yeah.
Sherry, my cousin Sherry, if you listen to this, I think you'd really like this. Seelbach.
Yeah. She can
Check it
they,
out.
they have an app. You just type in Seelbachs and download it, and they distribute in West Virginia, which I'm way
Very
excited
cool.
for. Is she here?
She lives in Ohio, Findlay, Ohio.
I think they distribute to Ohio.
Damn, dude.
So they had a single out last year, "Raise Your Black Flag" or "Fly Your Black Flag," and then that song, and then 2 new singles came out, and their album comes out later this year. And I'm just excited for the whole fucking album.
That sounds fucking incredible. This sounds like a Cannibal Corpse song without the, Cannibal Corpse has known for a little bit of high-end sizzle in their guitars.
Yep.
This is just a little bit more rounded and more mellow, like guitar tone, but it's nice, pleasant on
Makes
the
you
ears.
happy.
Yeah, it's great. His voice is just perfect.
Dude,
It's the
both
best
of
death.
them, yeah.
It's the best death metal vocals of all time.
Yeah, and just a genuinely cool guy.
Nice dude, man.
Right.
God,
I
dude,
love his
so
videos
sweet.
where he's going to Target
Yep.
and shit. Just
Going to Target and winning claw machine toys to take to children. What a nice guy.
Yeah. And no goddamn neck. That is the most exercised neck in the United States, for sure.
And he can still hang, man. Like, he's still windmilling
Oh man, he whips
like
that
nobody's
around.
business.
Right.
Ooh, nice. Nice little weird tones there at the end.
Yeah. I
Brutal
think
shit,
you still
man.
got some time there.
Yep.
This is leading into your breakdowns.
So we got this. We got some atmospheric stuff here.
Ambience. You can maybe get away with playing this in a spa for a little bit.
I mean, I would listen to this in nice.
Dude, I listen to this shit when I receive.
When you're working on the neck, man, that's what I want to hear is the brutal shit.
I like the horror movie.
Yep. Into the belly of the beast.
I think.
That's what it.
See, and that's what's interesting. We talked about last episode of how you like that 2-3 minute beat down,
Yep.
no atmospheric lead in, which is interesting because you are such a horror movie buff,
Right.
Because there's so much atmospheric elements to horror movies
Yep.
that it just
I
doesn't.
know. It's weird.
So what it is? I mean, it is what it is.
It's
I'm not.
weird.
It's an analysis or an
I think if
observation,
it's-
not.
I think if it's I think if it's done within 15, 20, 30 seconds, not a big deal. But when it gets into the multiple minute range,
That's
that
fair.
kind of takes away from my attention span.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go right into this track, man. It's Rivers of Nil.
Dude,
Good
these
times.
guys.
House of Light.
Yeah.
Let's check this out.
So they have 3 singles out already. I think they're new. The album drops this coming Friday. I've seen these guys live. They do have a new singer. But the saxophone. I grew up playing sax in high school, junior high and high school, elementary through high school, actually. And so saxophone has a special spot in my heart. and they have it in. It's just such a great blend. Here in the background, almost sound like it, and they get some.
Ooh. That bass is grindy as shit.
Yes, it is.
This is new, right?
Yeah, this single came out about 2 months ago, and yeah, the whole new album drops next to this coming Friday, the 30th. I just think it's got a good blend of a lot of different elements.
Mm-hmm. Because it's new, I just want to listen and like soak it in a little bit. I don't have a lot of stories about the newer stuff because I don't hear it as often. This guy's voice is killer.
Yeah, it is. And there, some of the original Rivers of Nile.
I say Neil because Papa Neil
Right.
from Ghost Lore is the same, spelled the same. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
It's spelled like nihilistic.
Right.
That's the only reason why. And I've never heard anybody from the band actually say it, even though I've seen them live, which was kind of cool. So when they played, the singer's guitar or something, he didn't. All of a sudden, shit didn't work.
Right.
So they're saying that they're trying to fix it. And it was at the Columbus place, King of Clubs, and the lead guitar player just kind of had to step up to the mic. He's like, "Hey, motherfuckers, what's going on?" And I mean, luckily the crowd was cool. You know what I mean?
I mean, live shit happens, man.
You can have a crowd that just is a total bunch of douche canoes.
Oh, that's happened many times in the
right.
past.
And I'm like, you know what? They're just trying to perform for us. And I don't want them to be all anxious and butthurt, so we engaged. It was cool.
Yeah.
And then they just came out and just kept playing. It was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you expect at a live show. That's how you know it's real.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Shit's going to fuck up sometimes.
Yeah.
People are going to break strings.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to fall over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been that guy.
You said that with some first-hand experience.
Yeah, for sure, man. My buddy Adam, he shit himself on stage one time. He went for like a bass stomp, and shit his pants right there.
It happens. Did it fall out of his pant leg?
Nah, when he stomped, I saw him do it, but he just like clenched his butt real quick and like pulled his feet back together. Oh hell, man.
Dude, I hope you watch
if you're
this
listening,
episode,
bro.
Man, you've just been thrown under the fucking bus.
He talks about it.
So when he says Adam, it was not me.
No.
I have not shit myself on stage anywhere.
It was Adam Adkins, and I'm going to put his picture right there.
Yes.
We used to have a funny thing in the band where it was like an MVP of the night,
Most valuable poop.
Well, just most. I guess it could have been, but like we would fuck with each other over the socials all the time, like coming up with these crazy pictures and like photoshopping our face on these weird events and things, and so he and I would always go back and forth with each other. He's a funny guy.
That's great. Now
he'll tell you the straight up shit story. Like he's fine with it.
Well, full disclosure, I don't think that there's any person. I'm sure that there's someone. But most adults that are candid and comfortable talking about weird things, I've accidentally shit myself as an adult. It happens. And, you just hope it's not in a super embarrassing place. For me, I was lucky. I was in my boxers at my house, and I trusted a fart, and,
I know
Jack
those.
Nicholson warned me of that in the bucket list, and I didn't pay attention. So
it was in the car for me. I just had to turn around and go back home.
I hope you didn't have cloth seats.
No.
Leather?
Yeah.
That's better. Easier to clean up.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot. It wasn't a whole lot of mess.
I'll tell you what. I'll never wear white pants just in case.
Yeah. It's like, I probably shouldn't tell this one, but I will. My cousin He talks about his anal. He has a lot of anal leakage now. Not a lot.
Is he on Olean?
I don't know, but he's in his 50s, and he just told me a story one time about how he has these anal leakage experiences.
Experiences. It sounds like you're going to like.
Yeah, these anal leakage experiences. That's funny.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I laugh because, it's probably going to happen to me too, so who knows?
Well, I don't know. Has he done anything in his life that warrants him having this challenge?
I don't know.
I mean, both of us are nurses, so I just suspect that I would go into this like, can we diagnose this? We aren't supposed to diagnose as a nurse. I'm not saying that.
Right. We have knowledge of the things, though.
We do.
Well, so whenever you gave me opportunity to choose some songs,
yes, I'm excited to hear your stuff.
I wanted to play one of my favorite deathcore offerings from the new era, and I really liked the band that you got me into called Vulvodynia.
Oh yeah.
So I remember the Bone Carver record,
and they are on one.
Yeah. So the track with Bone Carver and Vulvodynia, my goodness, it is absolutely destruction.
Dude, that whole.
That reminds me of Pantera back in the day. Becoming, where they do that whammy drop. Crazy, dude.
One of the best songs of all time, in my opinion. Yeah, this whole EP, every single song is with another band. It's fucking great.
Yeah, dude.
It's
wild. It's a great record. Lots of crazy fucking experiments. You get the little flavors from each little collab that they do.
Yep.
We should talk about Vulvodynia on here sometime. A lot of people some of you may know about them, but if you don't know about Vulvodynia, they're extremely extreme.
South African brutal deathcore. Love them. Fell in love with them as first I heard them. Yeah, they've got some cool shit. Recently got a new lead singer, and they tear shit up, dude.
Yeah. So naturally, whenever this record came out, this was one of the first tracks that I checked out because I loved everything that I'd heard from the Vulvodynia dudes. So.
Yeah.
They're brutal.
One of the things I introduced you to when we were working at the hospital together. And
yep.
Yeah, when I ended up opening up that rabbit hole, just that whole brutal death, slam, deathcore subgenres just opened up, and I fell in love right away.
It's deep.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a lot deeper than I would have ever thought. There's so many bands out there.
Yeah, I'm going to use the word fun. It's just fun because none of these people, I think, not very many of them, take themselves seriously. They're just really cool people who make really fucking intense music. And that. That was great.
Yep.
Man, so good.
Is this at all finished in brandy casks?
Mm-mm. This is just two bourbons blended together.
Just that
it's got a super sweet undertone.
That fruity, sweet undertone makes it seem like it reminds me of the blackened whiskey.
We finished in the rum. Yep. Oh yeah, that makes me so fucking happy.
Sometimes you just gotta pause for a musical break and just accept the beat down. That was beautiful.
I'll tell you what, if I ever throw my neck out, I know how it's going to happen. Yeah, so when I got back home from that Machine Head show, so I got back, I had been up 37 hours straight, and I didn't headbang that hard in a long time, just because they played so many things from, really, they played, I think, maybe at least one song from every album. So, of course, hearing things from Burn My Eyes and stuff, dude, I was just like, I was fucking getting some.
Yep.
My friend sitting next to me, and I think he was kind of like, "You all right, man?" I'm like, dude, I'm just letting shit out. So, anyway.
Good times.
Yeah.
Well, this is one of my favorite newer brutal deathcore bands. And when this record came out, they did a lot of collabs on it as well. And they just happened to collab with Despised Icon.
Yes.
So kind of a harken back to the
Ooh, yeah.
to that time.
Little bridge.
This is Aborted.
Oh, man, dude.
with,
This fucking song's awesome.
Despised Icon. It's called Deathcore.
It's one of my
It's
favorite
the
songs
shit.
by Aborted. I saw those guys, too, with this band.
Yep.
They were the headliner, and holy shit.
So I downloaded this whole album for my flight to Iceland. And just love the hell out of it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's their most recent album.
Just insane. Do they? I guess they touch on the tech death genre. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah. So you've got, it's like it's weird, like a tech, brutal death, but with Despised Icon, it has that kind of deathcore vibe to it. There's some bands that are greatly accepted by the deathcore community that are like almost exclusively just, I only listen to deathcore.
Right.
That they accept and Aborted, like Ingested.
I think those are the ones that I sort of gravitate more toward because they're not defined.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of
They're free to sort of explore
Yeah.
the many brutal
Yeah.
subgenres, you know. Love that, dude. Nice little thrash gallop in there.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
I know what draws you in, dude. Yeah, that thrash gallop is your thing for sure. That and some. And there's a breakdown. Yeah, these guys, dude, it was so fun to watch them on stage.
So killer.
So when I was watching them, they were the headliner. I'm standing upstairs in the bar and look over to my left when Ingestion is on stage. And the lead singer, or the lead guitar player, is just standing out there, watching him on stage, just strumming his guitar, just kind of like warming up his fingers. And I was like, this is fucking so
That's
cool.
awesome.
Part of the reason why I do love such extreme stuff is getting to meet these people isn't like unheard of.
Right, yeah, for sure.
They're going to be at their
merch booth. Yeah.
just hanging out. This guy, lead singer, you couldn't buy anything until they got off stage because he was the one selling their merch.
That's great.
It was cool.
But like, you know, that used to happen somewhat, but bands back in the day, they always seemed to have a merch group, and when they were done, they went back to their buses for a while.
Right.
Maybe they came back and hung out an hour or two later if it was on a festival bill or something. But bands are and the musicians are so easily accessible nowadays, and I really appreciate about the new era of music.
Right.
They don't take it like too seriously or whatever.
Right.
And even some of the guys that were maybe in that time where you got to stay away from the crowd or whatever, they're starting to open up to it now too. I've had conversations with Jim Root, talked to Rob Arnold. Those kind of guys.
Right.
They weren't accessible back then.
Sure.
They'll talk to you now. You know what I mean? Like it's just it's the internet age,
Absolutely.
Because they're going to talk to you on social media anyway. Why not talk to you face to face? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think it's made them seem they're more personable. They're not as untouchable. God
Absolutely.
damn, that song fucking kicks ass.
That was an absolute brutal beatdown.
Dude, Aborted is a fucking great band, and they've got a great discography.
Yeah.
They've been around for 10 plus years, I think. And
Yeah.
when I looked at their lineup, I don't think a single member is in the same country. They're all over.
Yeah, that may be the case. A lot of bands do trade a lot of file sharing with Dropbox.
Right.
Shit like that.
I mean, the first I ever heard of that happening was Reinventing the Steel. When all of Pantera recorded except for Phil, because they're like, you're a fucking asshole. And he was at a totally different studio.
Sending all the files.
Yep. And nowadays, it's just so easy.
Oh. Bands can exist on other continents.
Yeah. And apparently it works.
And they do.
Yeah.
Then it's time to come together. They get together.
Yeah. And hopefully you get to tour. So it's kind of neat.
I love the internet.
Yeah.
It makes shit happen.
Thanks, Al Gore, for making that shit happen.
There's a lot of shitty shit about the good old internet, and there's one thing that it definitely does. It does bring people together, no matter how much it divides.
Yeah, just the ability to research stuff.
There's a lot of good stuff.
I will put out a public service announcement, though. If you're Googling something and you see the AI overview at the top, cross-reference that shit, because sometimes that shit isn't right.
Good point.
So don't rely. Cross-reference, research, and resource, because
Yeah, I've thought that too.
Just
Like
'cause
some of
it's
the
a-
things I've read, I'm like,
yeah,
I don't
just
know.
because it's the top goddamn hit doesn't mean it's right.
On that note, we'll see you guys on the next episode of Metal and Mash, and we're gonna continue sipping our Seelbachs and listen to some more research for the next shows. Again, if you want, please send us some
Some info.
ideas. Send us
Yeah.
some ideas, song choices, things that you'd be interested in hearing. We're happy for anybody who subscribes to the channel. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, so you can stay up to date with all the episodes that we put out. I hear my dog barking. He wants in.
Dio.
Come on in, buddy.
Dio.
Oh, he's oinking. Get him up to your mic. Let's hear the oink. Oh, yes. Hey, buddy. Yep. So there's Dio. And again, thanks for watching. And we'll see you guys on the next episode. Like, subscribe. This has been Metal and Mash. I'm Aaron.
Was
And
there-
that is.
Was there 5 songs on this episode? No, 4.
Yeah.
I'm Adam. That's Aaron. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Have a
See
great
ya.
28.